All right, so today we're doing something a little different. We're going to dive deep into a YouTube video transcript.
Oh, interesting. YouTube, huh?
Yeah. It's from Midnight Chronicler, and the video is called A Reading Problem No One Understands.
Okay, a reading problem, huh? Well, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. I mean, who hasn't felt like they just couldn't connect with a book, even if everyone else loved it? Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of like the heart of it, you know? Yeah. It's not about whether a book is like objectively good or bad or whatever. It's more about that feeling that...
like a personal connection.
Exactly. Like when a book just like speaks to you on some level, you know, and why that happens with some books and not others.
It's that aha moment, isn't it? When something in the story just clicks and you feel like, wow, this is for me.
Yeah. And we've all had those moments with different things, right? Like not just books, articles, research, even just like conversations with people.
Absolutely. It's like finding that missing puzzle piece that you didn't even know you were looking for.
And so in this deep dive, what we want to do is explore those moments, you know, when it comes to reading, and maybe even try to understand what makes them so powerful.
Sounds fascinating. So what's the video about specifically? What kind of reading problem are we talking about here?
So the video creator starts off talking about this feeling they had, this kind of like emotional numbness. Yeah, like a muting, you know? And they kind of attribute it to social media, the internet, just all the constant noise, like a digital overload almost.
I can see that. It's like our brains are constantly being bombarded with information, and it can be hard to really process any of it deeply.
And so they were feeling kind of disconnected, you know, not really feeling things as strongly. But then they rediscovered reading, and specifically... this fantasy novel, The Eye of the World.
The Eye of the World. Now, that's a classic. The first book in the Wheel of Time series, right?
Right. And it's like this book just like woke them up. They actually describe it as like a cure to a digital virus.
That's a pretty powerful image, a cure to a digital virus.
Yeah, isn't it? And they talk about reading it on their porch and feeling so absorbed in the story, but also like totally at peace. It was like this...
like this sanctuary almost.
Yeah, exactly. And to make it even more special, their father loved the book too. So there was this whole like shared experience, this bond over this story.
I love that. It's like those shared experiences can make something even more meaningful, you know?
Right. And for the video creator, it was this huge turning point. They basically said, like, that was it. Forget it. You know, I was a fool in love with fantasy books forever.
Wow. A real love at first sight situation.
Yeah. And it wasn't just a fleeting thing, you know. Right. They talk about it as this profound life-altering experience, like something that changed them forever.
That's incredible. What do you think it is about a story that can have that kind of impact, though? Like, why do some stories just, like, grab us and never let go?
That's a great question. I mean, is it the world building, the characters, the themes?
It could be any of those things, or maybe all of them combined. I think it's about how those elements work together to create a world that feels real, a world that we can lose ourselves in.
And maybe even like learn from, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Stories can teach us about ourselves, about the world, about everything, really.
Right. And this idea of connecting with a story, it comes up again later in the video with something totally different. This time it's manga.
Manga. Interesting. What kind of manga?
One Piece. They describe it as pure distilled fun. And they talk about how it was this really important reminder to like not take life so seriously.
One Piece. That's quite a jump from epic fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, right? But it's fascinating because they still found that same deep level of engagement, you know, just with a completely different kind of story.
I think it shows that a powerful connection isn't limited to one genre or style or whatever. It's about finding something that speaks to you on a personal level, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, like maybe The Eye of the World provided this sense of escape, this grand adventure, right?
Yeah.
And One Piece, maybe it offered something more lighthearted, more optimistic.
Right. Different stories for different needs, almost. And it makes you think, like, what are the different kinds of information we seek out in our own life, and what needs are they fulfilling?
Exactly. It's like we're all searching for something, you know, whether it's knowledge, entertainment, or just like a feeling.
Connection, maybe.
Yeah, connection. And sometimes those connections come from the most unexpected places.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes the things we least expect end up having the biggest impact on it.
And that's something the video creator talks about as well. They call them small little miracles, these unexpected connections with stories they didn't think much of at first.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's like stumbling upon a hidden gem, right?
Exactly. They mention books like The Lies of Locke Lamora and The Name of the Wind. They say they went in with pretty low expectations and ended up getting so much out of them.
It's funny how that works, isn't it? Like, when you have no expectations, you're more open to being surprised and delighted. But then when something is hyped up,
you're setting yourself up for disappointment almost.
Right. Because it's like, no matter how good it is, it can never quite live up to the hype.
And that leads to what the video creator calls the frustration of missed connections.
Oh, yeah. That feeling when you want to connect with something, but just like can't.
Yeah, they specifically talk about authors like Brandon Sanderson. They really admire his work, his dedication, his world building, but
the spark just isn't there.
Yeah, they say something like, there's this part of them that so wants to be spoken to, but the way to get to it has like a million locks on.
Wow, that's such a vivid way to describe it. Like, the story is there, the potential is there, but something is blocking that connection.
And I think we've all felt that, right? With books, movies, music, even just information in general.
Oh, definitely. Sometimes you encounter something that you know is well-made, well-researched, well-written, whatever, but it just doesn't resonate.
Right, and it's frustrating, isn't it? Because you want to get it. You want to understand why everyone else loves it.
But it's like trying to force a key into the wrong lock. It just doesn't fit.
And it makes you wonder, like, what are those locks? What are those things that prevent us from connecting with certain information, even when it seems valuable?
Good question. Maybe it's our personal biases, our past experiences, our emotional state at the time. It could be so many things.
And I guess the answer is different for everyone.
Right, because we're all unique, and the things that resonate with us are going to be unique too.
But even with these missed connections, the video creator ends on a pretty hopeful note.
Oh, that's good. I like a hopeful end.
Yeah, they talk about how they feel like they're just like at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to fantasy, you know? Mm-hmm. There's so many more stories out there, so many more potential connections waiting to be made.
That's the beauty of it, right? There's always something new to discover, always something that might surprise us.
And that anticipation, that feeling of possibility, it seems really important.
Oh, absolutely. It's what keeps us going. You know, it's what keeps us curious and engaged with the world.
And it's what makes this whole idea of a reading problem so fascinating.
Because it's not really a problem, is it? It's more like a journey of discovering what speaks to us, what connects with us on a deep level.
And even though we can't like directly interact with the YouTube audience here, the video creator ends by asking them about books that unexpectedly move them.
I love that. It's like an invitation to share those aha moments, those moments of profound connection.
Right. And it shows how much we crave those not just with stories, but with each other.
Because sharing those experiences, it's like it validates them. You know, it makes them feel even more real, more meaningful.
So to wrap things up, our deep dive into this Midnight Chronicler video has really highlighted this universal experience, this intense and sometimes surprising connection we have with certain stories.
And the lack of that connection with others, even the ones that are supposed to be good.
Right, exactly. And we talked about the impact of The Eye of the World, the joy of One Piece, the unexpected gems like The Lies of Locke Lamora and The Name of the Wind.
And the books that didn't quite click, like the works of Brandon Sanderson and Christopher Rucchio.
And ultimately, it seems like this whole reading problem, it's not really about the books themselves. It's about us, you know?
About who we are, what we need, and what we're searching for.
Yeah, and so for you, our listener, we want to leave you with this thought. Think about your own experiences with information, not just books, but articles, research, conversations, whatever.
What are the things that have truly resonated with you? The things that have changed your perspective, made you think differently, or just made you feel something deeply?
And on the flip side, what are those million locks that prevent you from connecting with other information?
What makes something truly speak to you versus just being something you passively consume?
Because understanding those things, it can help us unlock those connections, It can help us find the information that truly matters to us.
And who knows, maybe it'll even lead to some of those unexpected aha moments along the way.
So keep searching, keep exploring, and keep an open mind. You never know where that next profound connection might be.
Happy reading, everyone.
Or listening, or watching, or whatever it is that you do to connect with the world.